Have you ever looked around during the holidays and wondered, why does it seem like everyone else is happy except me? If you ever felt lonely, sad, or overwhelmed while the whole world is celebrating, you might be experiencing something called holiday blues. And this episode is for you. Welcome back to Love with Eve. I'm Eve Kyle, and help women after toxic relationships rebuild themselves and attract healthy love. Today we're talking about something very important, something so many people feel but don't want to talk about. How to cope with holiday blues. Holiday blues are real, and many of us feel pressure to hide it because the holidays are supposed to be joyful. The truth is, holidays are actually complicated. We expect holidays to be peaceful, magical, and hopeful, but real life doesn't always match that picture. How you feel during the season has a lot to do with what you're carrying right now. If you're going through a divorce or breakup, if you recently became single, if co-parenting means you won't see your kids as much, if you are spending the holidays away from family, if you've lost someone you love, and the season brings up memories, if money is tight and the pressure to make it special feels heavy, if you're starting over and everything feels uncertain, you might notice feelings like loneliness, sadness, emptiness, anxiety, low energy, or even depression. These are all part of what we call holiday blues. And today, we're going to talk about healthy ways to navigate those emotions so you don't feel like you are drowning in them. And so you can find moments of peace, connection, and meaning again. Number one, understand you're not alone. This is a stressful time overall. Did you know that January is often called divorce month of the year? Many law firms report that divorce inquiries and filings increase after the holidays and stay high into March. Why? Because a lot of people hold on through the holidays, or all the problems in the relationships get highlighted during this already stressful season. And after it's over, they decide, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So when you see people together, family gatherings, happy photos, everyone looking cheerful, they may not be the whole story behind closing doors. I'm saying this just to remind you, you are not alone. Even people who seem happy might feel how you feel too. There's stress everywhere, even among people who are still married. They may be thinking about divorce after the holidays. They may be struggling. They may be exhausted. This isn't to say everyone is unhappy. There are real happy families and couples too. But just so you know, what you see on the outside is not the full picture. And when you feel like you are the only one who's unhappy, it just amplifies that feeling. Number two, validate your feelings and make changes within your control. If you just got divorced, separated, or ended a relationship, your feelings might be very raw. You might feel sad, lonely, guilty, hopeless, like your future is bleak. And you might feel like you shouldn't feel this way because it's holidays and you are supposed to be happy. And I want you to validate your feelings instead of numbing them. Don't try to run around doing errands just to avoid your emotions. That won't help. Your feelings need space. I remember the first year when I got divorced, I took a week off to be with my parents for Chinese New Year, and I was barely out of my bedroom. I was crying, sobbing, grieving. I felt guilty toward my ex-husband because he told me I was the only good thing that ever happened to him. And I didn't know how he was doing. I was also beating myself up for being fooled by the second guy who turned out to be a con artist. So my self-talk was harsh. How could you be such an idiot? How could you fall into this trap? There were so many emotions there. That was a really sad new year for me. But here's what I want you to remember. Whatever you are going through right now doesn't have to be the way it is every year. If it has been several years since your divorce and every holiday feels the same, it's time to gently ask yourself, what needs to change? There are two kinds of things. Things you can change, you change your thoughts about them. Things you can't change, you change your situation or your action. For example, if you can't be with your kids on Christmas, that's sad. But the change you can make could be celebrate with them before or after the actual date. Create a new tradition on another day. Make your own Christmas Eve. The date is formality. The meaning is what matters. If you truly can change a situation, then you work on changing your thoughts. Instead of thinking, I'm a failure, I can't be with my kids, this is awful, you shift your thoughts to, any day can be a day to celebrate. The next time when I see my kids, I will make that our special celebration. Your situation hasn't changed yet, but your thoughts change, and that softens the emotional pain. Number 3, stop comparing. This is a big one because comparison is the critical source of holiday blues. You might compare yourself to other couples, other families, your ex, or your own best memories from the past. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1, comparing to others. Maybe you see couples holding hands, families in matching pajamas, beautiful Christmas trees on social media. And it makes you sad. You start thinking, why doesn't my life look like that? Everyone is happy except me. But remember, you don't know what's really happening behind their door. You don't know if they're arguing, disconnected, or even quietly planning a separation. Remember, January is the highest divorce month. You're only seeing the highlight reel. And yes, they can be happy for real, and that's beautiful. So instead of using that to beat yourself up, let that inspire you. Tell yourself healthy relationships exist. If it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. Number 2, comparing to your ex. If your ex has moved on or is posting happy photos with someone new, it can sting. But here's the thing. First, it's not your business anymore. Second, again, you don't know what's really going on. And third, everyone's journey is different. You can't compare things side by side. Next year, your life might be completely different. And you could meet someone amazing. You could feel stronger, happier, more peaceful. And you would have your power back. You can create a future that feels good for you. And who knows, maybe your ex's new relationship won't even last by then. So don't compare what you don't have now to what your ex has today, because everything could change. Number 3, comparing to your past. There are good memories in your relationship. During the holidays, it's easy to focus only on the past memories, the good ones. The good food, the laughter, the family all around the tree. When you think about those memories, you feel the loss even more. But that's not the whole story. Because if everything had truly felt that perfect, you wouldn't have ended that relationship. So be thankful for the good memories, and also be thankful you are no longer in the painful parts. Number 4, adjust your expectations. What hurts a lot is not our reality, it's our expectations. Expectations from family, culture, social media, ourselves. We feel pressure for the perfect holiday, perfect meal, perfect gifts, perfect decorations, perfect mood. But what if you lowered the bar? When I was 26, I had cancer. I had 6 months of chemotherapy and had to stay in the hospital 1 week out of every 3 weeks. That year, I had to stay in the hospital the whole week of Chinese New Year. My expectations were very simple. I want to be alive. I want to be with my family. I didn't expect big meals or parties or presents. And because my expectations were low, I actually felt very peaceful lying there in the hospital bed. Sometimes we just need to step back and ask, what really matters to me now? Maybe your situation is not ideal. You might be away from your kids or your parents, but are they healthy? Are they safe? Is there something that is going well? Focus on that. Shift your expectations from perfect to present and grateful. Number 5, coping with specific emotions. Overwhelm, anxiety, financial stress, grief, loneliness, depression, or hopelessness. Overwhelm. Holiday to-do list can feel endless. Cards, gifts, meals, events. If you're going through a tough year, give yourself permission to simplify. Ask, what can I drop this year? For example, I decided a few years ago we would not do holiday cards anymore. It took so much energy, photos, picking card design, collecting addresses, mailing everything. It was exhausting. It sucked all the fun away during the process. Does it really matter that much? So we let it go, and I felt so relieved. Instead, we can share photos online, send an email or text, write something heartfelt to family or friends, which is much less stressful. So find what you can simplify. Maybe gifts, cards, travel, cooking, hosting, and give yourself permission to do less. Number 2, anxiety. Anxiety often comes from trying to make everything perfect and worrying it's not enough. When you feel anxious, ask yourself, what matters most here? It's not the perfect meal or the perfect gift. It's how your loved ones feel, and that includes you. Adjust your expectations and focus on connection, not performance. Number 3, financial stress. Many people feel pressure to overspend to prove love, especially with kids. But remember, love is not only expressed through money or gifts. Think about love languages: quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, gifts. You can bake together, play a game, read a book together, write them a love note, make something by hand. And even if their love language is gifts, the thoughtfulness behind gifts matters more than the price tag. Number 4, grief. Grief might be from losing a loved one or from the loss of relationship. If you lost someone, carry on one small tradition they loved. Spend a moment doing something they would have enjoyed. Talk about them to someone close. Write about your feelings. Don't judge yourself for feeling sad. Tears over good memories are healthy. If your grief is about relationships ending, remember, don't only compare what you lost, also notice what you gained. Freedom, space, self-respect, and peace. Compare what you have now to what you didn't have before, and focus on your growth. Number 5, depression or hopelessness. If you feel like, what's the point? Every year is the same. I'm always alone. I want you to reconnect with yourself and ask, what do I want from my life? What can make me happy or peaceful? What do I want to build for next year? Holidays can feel like something to just survive, but you can also use this time to plant seeds for the future. Set one meaningful goal for next year and give yourself something to look forward to, a new chapter. Number 6, you're in charge of what and how you celebrate. At the end of the day, you're in charge of your life. You get to decide what to celebrate and how to celebrate it. You can celebrate your healing, your growth, your freedom, your courage to walk away from what wasn't healthy. You can also celebrate the small things we usually take for granted: roof over our head, the food, water, electricity, the phone or computer you're using to watch this. I know they all sound so basic, but imagine losing all of them for a moment. How would that make you feel? Then remember, you still have them. That contrast can shift your perspective. You can celebrate with a quiet night in with music, a sunset walk in the neighborhood, a warm bath with essential oils, a solo movie date with a cozy blanket, making a hot tea, a hot cocoa, and journaling, baking something simple just for yourself, wrapping one small gift just for you. There's really no right way. It's your life, your holiday, your way of honoring it. I hope this video brought you a little comfort and offer you some gentle guidance for navigating this holiday season. If you had any takeaways or something that resonated with you, I'd love for you to share that in the comments. You never know who might need to hear exactly what you say. And if you know another woman who's going through a divorce, breakup, or hard season right now, please share this video with her. My mission is to help as many women as possible heal, empower themselves, and love forward. If this was helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And remember, you are not behind, you are not alone. You are allowed to celebrate yourself, even in a hard season. I'm Eve. This is Love Forward. See you in the next episode.